Good morning. Welcome back, everyone. See, the market decided to move in the last hour. Things are moving well, so I'm sure there's some of you already in positions here. But I want to welcome everyone to the live stream this morning. We'll give everyone just a couple more minutes and then we'll get going. Let's see, as usual, Richard's here, JR, Robin, good morning. Hey, Ray, good morning. Psychologist. I bet it did. I saw a short opportunity this morning when I opened it. I wasn't on last night, and I was wondering if you guys had success last night, but I figured you did. 3 a.m. Eastern again. Okay. What about the 5 to 7 a.m. window? Did you find anything? Start off today by looking at the calendar. So at 8:30 this morning, we did have unemployment claims revealed, and things came in slightly worse than forecast. It, 221,000 unemployment claims in, as opposed to the forecasted 213, and previously 212 last month. So that should have a negative impact on the dollar. Not sure how much, based on just an extra 10,000, which is 5% or so. But anyway, we'll get back to the chart here. And we can see so far the dollar has been selling this day. Dollar sold. This could be the third day in a row. It definitely has sold the last 2 days. And we had the Monday candle, the big bullish candle that ran into this previous level. Tapped in, didn't close in, rejected. The next day actually opened above. Traded a little bit higher, swept the high of Monday, traded lower, closed below the level over here. And then we had a sell off yesterday, and so far today we're also pushing. This volume imbalance didn't hold, didn't really have an impact at all. Already torn through this bullish fair value gap here. We'll see if by the end of the day, if it closes below this level, whether that holds as well. And let's see. Let's mark up this level here and see what this level brings us. see if price may want to settle here, at least trade here, and we'll see how it reacts when it makes it there, if it gets that low. But that would be the expectation for the week now, between today and tomorrow, to get down to this level and figure out what price wants to settle at that point. But at least we see that we have bearish activity this morning, heavy bearish activity this morning following the past 2 days, which would favor the inverse relationship with indices, meaning bullish candles for the indices. So now let's bounce over to go ES first. I remember ES earlier in the week on Monday took out its all-time high, and that had me a bit nervous that it already had taken its all-time high, thinking that we may just have a bearish week since the weekly objective would have been met already. But well, we'll see if today we can go and sweep above these highs. I'm confident that we can, especially the way that the dollar is selling off. We should be able to. If we do find some resistance here on ES, it may just be ES that's having issues because it's already reached that level. So it may get in and just stall in this area and maybe trade sideways for the next couple of days and not take out its high, since that was already met on Monday. Right, so back at the new week opening gap, we'll check in a second for Nasdaq. Nasdaq's actually trading above its new week opening gap. It was below the new week opening gap for most of the evening, most of London session, and it's only the last couple of hours that it's been able to push above and trade above it. So we'll see if ES can do the same thing. Let's see what else we have. All right, even on this 4 hour above the new week opening gap, because of the heavy bearish pressure that was on earlier in the week, we do have some fair value gaps that were created on higher time frames. So we have another one here as well. So if it pushes through the new week opening gap, it could also stall here and find some resistance based on this 4 hour gap. Let's see on the 1 hour. Okay, yeah, similar story. Just some bearish fair value gaps as it's pushing through the new week opening gap here. So we'll monitor those levels as we go and compare those against Nasdaq. Right. Now over to Nasdaq. So Nasdaq is different than ES. We have not taken the all-time high that was made a couple weeks ago, early last week, I believe. And we did not even take out any of the highs on Monday because we fell short of this swing high here. So Nasdaq, and as I mentioned, also is trading above the new week opening gap as of a couple of hours ago, and it's continuing to push. So this is a good sign to see the daily candle. However, we do have to recognize that the range has already been established. 387, and we've traded as high as 550. Okay, so we got 150 point range already, 160 points. We can make it up to sweeping this high here. We're talking about 620 coming in from 380. So we could have a 250 point day if we can make it up to the swing high. Right, on the 4 hour, not a lot of gaps or anything to get in the way. In fact, there's nothing. There are no gaps that I can see that are above us, ahead of us moving into the swing high at 618. So 618. We drop down to the 1 hour and see what might be there. Again, this quick glance, I don't see anything. Again, I don't have the indicator or anything on now, but on the 1 hour, but I don't see anything here. So it may be that once we sweep this high, now there's a bearish fair value gap here that may stall price. But again, that's above 18,619. So that price can get there without too much effort. All right. That being said, that'll be our quick outlook on the market today. As we head into the opening bell, we'll just get ready for that. Let me take a look at the chat and see who we have this morning. All right, so it's the lunch high from yesterday. It's been taken April 2nd high 2 days ago. Taken just the last hour, so that's gone as well. We still have March 26th high and the Asia high, I believe, from the same day. Going to look at our session highs here. So clearly we can see the Asia high traded into the Asia low, traded into London high, traded into here. London low has not been. Seven was choppy. Okay, got it. All right, seeing Vivian, Brad, HCE, Sniper, Chuck. Good morning, everyone. Force, Molly, Shadow. How's it going? Entered at 417, but took 40 points and exit not running. Yeah, I took a trade in my demo account. Actually, it was yesterday during the Asia session, and I left it overnight, which actually I think it retraced about 15 points, and then I woke up this morning and it was up 60 points. So I closed it. What was the entry model on this one? Sniper at 417. Protect mode. Yeah, you can only protect if you have something. So good job, Ray. 1 hour fair value gap. Yeah. Wow, it tapped right at 50% and then took off. All right, good job. All right, not much of an opening bell so far, but we'll see if that changes in the coming minutes. Five standard deviations of the Asia range, okay? Yeah, I think I took a long when this candle here retraced back down, and it was somewhere in this range. Yeah, so maybe it took a little more heat than I thought. Maybe it was like 20 points down. Almost at 3 standard deviations of the Asia range if you measure it from 8 until midnight, which I do. But if you measure it from 1800, all right, let's look at the levels we have above. So at 18,111 is the Asia high from March 26th. And then we have, I believe it's from March 26th. No, actually, it's not. March 31st. Let me update that. All right, Kobe. Well, that's good. I'm glad it's helping your trading. So hopefully you see things turn around or improve in the way that you want it. David Ezekiel. I focus on breaker block and more importantly the unicorn setup if I can get it. But I like the breaker block setup. And majority of the education that I've received has come from the Inner Circle Trader, or commonly referred to as ICT. So that's where most of my education came from and the strategy I'm using. David, when you say new to trading, how new? 2 months. Okay. Yeah, shadow. So you have lots of selling pressure on the dollar. You see the dollar falling. And the major news today was at 8:30 this morning, so it's already been announced. I don't believe so. He has an NQ way out of sync. I don't understand. Yeah, Ray, I was looking to see if we would get a pullback to the new week opening gap. This looks like a just a nice area to come down, touch, and then go. Yeah, just below 50% there. And it would also cover in this guy here. So we'll see if that works. All right, Colby, let's take a look at this comparison chart here. Right, so we can see the dollar still pushing lower. It does have a bullish fair value gap, but it's pushing lower there. The Dow, right, swept the high last hour, continuing to push higher this hour. It ran into a bearish fair value gap, so it's retracing on a smaller time frame. Back into the previous one that it's traded through this hour as well. Look over at S&P, we have same thing. It swept the high. It did it about 3 hours ago, but it did a major push last hour, just like the other indices did as well. And we see this hour is just carving into the fair value gap that it closed into last hour. Now over on Nasdaq, we have the exact same running of the high, except it happened this hour, just like on the Dow. And so far this hour, we were also pushing up, but now it looks like we're retracing. Since the opening bell, we've been retracing on the lower time frame there. But based on wherever this candle finishes at 17 minutes, we should still have a nice bullish fair value gap here. Same on an S&P and the same thing on Dow. And you had the three indices all moving together in sync. Bullish momentum for all three, sweeping highs. And we have the inverse relationship with the dollar, where the dollar is sweeping lows and continuing to push. So based on that, when I look at this, I see this in sync. But David, let me know what exactly is out of sync for you, because maybe I'm just missing something. Sorry, not David, not David. Kobe. This is for Kobe. The rolling line. Oh, okay, got it. Yeah, I only compare them on the hourly, because I can't monitor them all on a lower time frame. It's just a lot going on. Yeah, I would never be able to keep up, and I would always end up on the wrong screen when the move was happening in a different pair. So I try to just monitor them on the hour, and then the pair that I'm trading is the one that gets the smaller time frames. Okay, no worries, Kobe. No worries at all. Hey, good morning, Caesar. Welcome. We still have the London low down at 18,411, and so just keep an eye on that level just in case we see a bigger retracement than we expect. Let's see if we get a rejection from this 548 level. We had the last two candles hit it with a wick. See if it continues to reject here. Okay, sniper. Do we have any news tomorrow that, oh, yes, we do. Absolutely. Forgot non-farm payroll. Well, unemployment claims came in higher today. So I wonder if that's going to have a relationship with NFP tomorrow, where it's going to show a reduced improvement in new employees. I I do. I have Twitter. I have not set up an Instagram, so I don't have Instagram or anything. So it's Twitter, and I have a Discord, and at the moment, yeah, that's it. Yeah, Kobe. Oh, I guess you missed the. So just before the opening bell at 9:30, we went through the charts and we looked at the dollar, we looked at Nasdaq, and we looked at S&P at a higher time frame, and I gave out my expectations for the day. And my expectations for the day was as a minimum to pull up here into 619 up to the March 26 high. But after that, we're going to run into this hourly fair value gap. And so I left it open for a price to stall here, maybe even reject back into the range. But my first objective is to get these highs here. All right, I'll drop down to the 1 minute. We'll stay here until we cross over 10 o'clock and just see where we are. All right, so it looks like price has rejected this level both times on the 5 minute that I was hoping it would. And now let's see if price stays below and maybe it can start pushing lower. I appreciate you, Kobe. Thanks for reminding everyone. You're located at. Oh, I'm in the West Coast time zone. I'm in Arizona. Mm-hmm. You're right, Ray, as expected. See if we can get a push down into the new week opening gap here. No, that's okay. It's all right. Come back up here then. I'll take a sell from here. Although I think '08 is equilibrium. Hang on. I think it is equilibrium on the 5 minutes. 1 point away. It's a point away from equilibrium. So, yeah, so the market, yeah, the shadow dancer. The market opens for me at 6:30 in the morning. See, look, tap me out, and yeah, it's just story of my life. Tap me out and then go the direction. Oh, okay. Did you take the entry on the 2 minute, Satya? Gorkum, I am happy with Topstep. I haven't gotten a payout yet, but yes, I'm happy with them. Let's get tapped out, and then it does what I wanted it to do. Okay, no worries. The 2 minute. Let me check my other chart and see. 2 minute at 9:42. Yeah. Yeah, the only thing that I don't like about the setup on the 2 minute is that when the 9:38 candle came down and it broke the swing low, it didn't close below it. I would have liked to have seen it close below and then retrace back in. It gave you a wick and then retrace back in. So I would have liked to have seen it close, but either way, Yeah, you had a liquidity sweep, and you had an impulse in the opposite direction with the fair value gap. So yeah, you had your 2022 entry model there. All right, price has now reached the 50%. It was about a point short before, and now it has reached there at 18,507. Or 87. Okay, so down here. Oh, okay, so you're looking for CE of this level. Here we go. I think this is the one that's going to dig in here. All right, so far the dollar is still pushing lower, pushing lower. It's our, even though it's only a couple minutes into the frame, it's already attacking the previous hour's low. It's not quite there yet, but it has momentum moving in that direction. All right, so we're waiting for a sweep of this low and for it to dig in this area, find support, and then get a strong movement out. They do not. So on Topstep, your account is evaluated every day at the close of the day. So they wait until trading is closed at 10 after 4. Then they evaluate where you are on your balance. And then from there, they readjust what your trailing or what your drawdown is based on your end of day balance. Yeah. With Apex, yeah, you probably want to have um, set TPs on your account to where you, whether it's 10 points, 20 points, whatever it is, but you want to have a set TP where you come out, and you want to make sure that once you're a good ways in the profit, that you're also trailing your stop so it doesn't come back on you. I haven't traded Apex, but that's how I would approach it if I was using it. There is no discount code. If you use, there's a link. If you click on it, the link will it should automatically apply if you are a new customer. If you're not a new customer, then you don't get an additional discount. You just get the regular price. We might make it to the end of this macro period here without much of a splash here. We're in the final minute of the macro here. I'm gonna run and refill my cup of coffee. I'll be back in under 2 minutes. Give me a second. All right, I'm back. All right, we'll go back up to the 5 minute now that the macro is complete. Maybe we'll get something good at the next macro. Just got to be patient. It's okay. Yep, not a bad idea, Shadow. And then once you get funded, then go to a more conservative approach to trading. Close above 529. Okay, if we can break this low at 506, push deeper into this area. Hopefully somewhere down 480, 477, something like that. Looking at somewhere in this gap. Oops. TTDD. Good morning. All right, J Store says 487. Okay. Let's see, what's the CE of this gap? 501. Oh, okay. Yeah, and it may also bounce off there. So I'll put them both here. We'll see. And also let's remeasure. $71 or around 55. Yeah, Shadow, I knew they had a promo through Easter. I didn't know if it had extended past Easter or not. I wasn't sure. Trading on the beach. All right, here we go. Brand new people. Do I have any brand new viewers this morning? If you can, jump in the chat and just let us know how long you've been trading and where you're trading from. Just get a feel for who's in the room and what the skill level is. And it's okay. We have brand new people in the room. So if you're new to trading and you're not very experienced, don't feel like you're alone, because you're not. Just trying to get a feel for who's here and kind of break the ice a little and get you to jump in the chat and say hello to us. All right, since it started the macro at 950, we've just traded sideways. Get this candle trade down and then just over. Got snow last night. Oh, that's terrible. Save 90. Okay. Thanks, M. Appreciate that. Everyone else catch that? All right, Gorkum. All right, Ralph. Welcome to the room. You're a new trader. Okay, no worries. Just sit back and watch and see what you can absorb. If you need some assistance, just go and just ask any question. There's several members in the room who will help you out. Also in the Discord, we have some videos that'll help you get started on your learning, on your education. They're YouTube videos from other providers. I just have links to them just to help direct your focus. But yeah, welcome to the room. Hey Brad, what's going on? Out of the 1 hour, hopefully. Yeah, we're looking to get something. I'm looking for this new week opening gap, which is a lime green area. I'm looking for it to trade into that and then to find some sort of bullish entry model. Most likely, I would like to have a breaker, but need one of those to form. Taking it serious the last 6 months or so. Okay, sweet. Oh, from Canada. All right, welcome. Yeah, I think the only people from Canada who have come out and introduced themselves. We had someone from Calgary. No, I'm not sure if they're from Calgary. They're from Alberta. And then I had a couple from Montreal. But I do check my numbers, and it looks like there are several people from Canada that are watching the videos. They just haven't introduced themselves, so I'm not familiar with them. But yeah, welcome to the channel. Good to have you. All right, we got a Toronto, British Columbia. All right, trading 2 years. Recently found ICT. Okay, yeah, I found ICT just before he started the 2022 mentorship on YouTube, and then I followed through the 22 and 23. You're right. It is a different thought process than some of the other concepts that you may have learned before. Shadow Dancer. All right, Montreal. Excellent. See, there it is. It's yeah. See, that's all I was waiting for when I tried to take the short over here. I knew it was going to do that, and I wanted it to, but as usual, my patience got the best of me. Hey, Queen, welcome. Good morning. Sweet, sweet. That's good. This is where I want you to come to 18480. You can destroy method. Oh, okay. Well, I can't remember exactly what ICT, what his approach to seek and destroy is. Is that where you look at the top quartile and the bottom quartile of the range, and you just take shorts and longs from there, or what's the strategy on seek and destroy? It is hourly fair value gap created last hour at the conclusion of 9 o'clock, and consequent encroachment is at 485. We haven't quite reached that point yet. We've only gotten as low as 486 and 3/4. So we're looking for another 2 points or so to push down to at least get the consequent encroachment. And then I have this fair value gap marked off here with a consequent encroachment point of 480 and 3/4. Enter what trade? TTDD? I don't. Yeah, I do believe it will be Molly. Absolutely. VWAP. Okay. Oh, Nasaya. Good morning. Oh, sorry. It was just the swing low that it broke through. Sorry, it's nothing. Yeah, before these three candles, and we were trading up here, I just marked it up and said I wanted to see price trade through. Now I'm looking for price to break this level and trade into this fair value gap. Price is moving in that direction, but it's taking its time getting there. We're now at 10:35. Got another 15 minutes, and we'll be at the next macro period. That could be the time that it makes that move. Otherwise, it could make a move before, sweep this low, and then during the macro, it could set up whatever entry model we're looking for. It's still not quite there, but maybe in the next moment or two, we'll get down to 18,487. What a tease. Yeah, right. While we wait on this, let's just slide over and get an update on the rest of our indices. Just look at that relationship again between the dollar and indices. So we see the dollar has found support down in the fair value gap below. Again, these are on the 1 hour time frame. So it's rejecting out of and looking like it wants to have a bullish candle this hour. If it does, we do have this bearish fair value gap that was created over the last couple of hours. So this may be where it trades to, where we end up taking a dollar to this point and then back down, right? And then we would have the inverse relationship elsewhere. We saw them all running into a bearish fair value gap up top, which is sending them down. As they trade lower, they're trading into bullish fair value gaps here. So while we'll see the dollar most likely trade up, hit a bearish one and trade back down, we see these trade down into a bullish fair value gap and then back up. Or at least that's my view of the market at the moment. So that's what I'm hoping for and looking for. So my setups will reflect that. All right, TJ, good morning. What's going on? All right, so we're going to tap back into the area here, which is the low from this candle at 9:55 to the high of the 10 o'clock candle. Not a lot of progress the last 20 minutes or so. I think price is waiting for this 20-minute macro time period to make its move. Mm. Okay, so you're going long at 493. Okay. Was that Asia session, TJ, or was it London? It'll be nice. Let me take a look and let's see what the regular trading hour gap is. Okay, all right. So the regular trading hour gap today extends from about 542 down to 390. So yeah, 150 points there. Half of it is the very lower threshold of the new week opening gap. For anyone unfamiliar with regular trading hour, this regular trading hour gap, this is a measurement between the close at 4:15, so not 5 o'clock, but 4:15, and then the reopen at 9:30 in the morning. So whatever that gap is in the center, a lot of times price will trade back into that. Maybe not the same day, but then the following day or a couple days later, price will want to close in that gap. So I'm just taking a look at that as we retrace to see where the equilibrium is. We know now it's at 467, but the entire gap extends down to 390. All right, I'll go back to electronic trading hours. Mhm. All right. If I ever decide to trade the Asia session, I'll look into that pair you're looking at. Right, macro is here in just a minute. So let me switch down to a lower time frame. Okay, now that we started the macro, let's see now if price wants to push lower and take out these equal lows, relative equal. Okay, it looks like it's not ready to take out those equal lows just yet. NGNKD. Oh, on the hourly? Yeah. That might do it. Yeah, maybe when it closes right at the hour at 11 o'clock, we'll get the first candle at 11 o'clock to then trade below, sweeping this low and these two as well. Taking out the equals and looking at this fair value gap here on the 5 minute. Yeah, you're right, Queen. He definitely, I know for sure he would avoid today, the day before NFP. I think he says he tries to get out by Wednesday morning or something like that. Still doing a little consolidation here before the next expansion. I was meaning expansion the other direction, but nonetheless, it's okay. We'll continue to watch price and be patient, and it will sweep these lows at some point. Mm, 480. All right, sniper. That's a good idea. One thing I didn't do today is set up my New York Open and my 8:30. So let's go ahead and do that. Something over here. Oh, New York and 8:30 Open sit on top of each other. How funny is that? Let's get back to the 1 minute. Apologies for that. Just wanted to make sure I knew where the 8:30 midnight open were. $4.10 to $4.30 on the 15. On the 15-minute, Brad, probably, I guess you could use that one. I would probably go with the 6:15, 6:30 candle. Okay, so we are now into about 45 minutes worth of consolidation here. But we are still holding true to what we're looking for. We're still looking for a sweep of these relative equal lows. We have a fair value gap below, and we have this level at 473 that price could trade to as well. And then we could see a push into the other direction. But before that, we do want to see a sweep of some lows and get a little bit of liquidity off the board. trading and getting their nails done. The ultimate multitasker. All right, let's see what we can get here. I'm on price. Do we have a little trend line here? And we do have a little trend line. Yeah, this lime green area, this new week opening gap, price is just not wanting to push back through to equilibrium here. Yeah, TJ, I think that was your entry at 493 you said you were looking for. Check on the progress of dollar. Okay, all right. So dollar is did pull out a little bit last hour. It made it about halfway up to the bearish fair value gap that I pointed out. And so far, the opening 7 minutes of this frame, it's still bullish. It's already eclipsed the high of last hour and still pushing towards that area that I pointed out. So so for the duration of the hour, I'll continue to monitor that progress to make sure it's still moving in that direction. We never saw the Dow trade lower into the bullish fair value gap like we are here on the Nasdaq, and the same like we're in the same position on the S&P. So it'd be nice if the Dow could get a little bit lower and get down in the same position, and then they'll be back in tandem. It can move together. Last minute of the macro, or is it going to break this low now? Okay, it doesn't appear so. So we'll go back up to the 5 minute and we'll continue to monitor the charts from here. Let's slide over to ES and let's just see how progress is going over in this side. All right, so it's just now starting to dig into the fair value gap here. It's just tapped in a couple times and each time rejected out. So it's just now really getting its footing. It needs to sweep some lows as well, get in a little deeper. And as I mentioned, the Dow wasn't quite there yet. So if we take a look at the Dow, right, it's also getting out of its bearish fair value gap, but this is the area it should get to. And so then all three will be aligned and ready to find some support in a bullish fair value gap towards higher prices. So good news is it's already swept the low here. So we already have a liquidity sweep. Just waiting for it to catch up. Let's go back to ES for a second. All right, we're in discount pricing, which is good. Okay, and this I can see now that we definitely made a new low with this current candle, pushing below the previous one. So there's a sweep of liquidity there into discounting price range. So S&P looks to be set up well. All right, down around 70%. We do have another fair value gap, so this could be a place where it wants to find support there. We'll check back in a little bit later, but for now, let's get back over to NQ. Oh, okay, NQ finally broke the low we were looking for. Finally. So let me remove that off the screen there. We can also get rid of this trend line. And it touched the upper extremity of the fair value gap on the 5-minute. Right here at 43. Right, that was that equilibrium level. That sniper said he was setting a limit order there. It's the level you wanted to see swept below that level there. That's the 485 level. Mm-hmm. Yep. Yeah, me too, Ray. Looking to see where a setup might present itself and if I'm looking at all the time frames here. All right, ensuring I don't miss anything. Let me run and get my last cup of coffee here. I'll be back in just a couple minutes. Hopefully the setup hasn't created itself and left me before. So yeah, just give me 2 minutes. Where we are now. Okay, we're still in the same position here. It's still no breaker set up on the 5 minute. I'm now looking at the 3 to see if I can see anything. Right, not yet. So we continue to wait. Okay, Sniper, you're long at 481. Okay. Price is right. We're on a 15, so we've four. So we've had 2 hours in a row of bearish activity, each candle, including this big rejection candle here. Let's go back to the measurement and just see where we're coming from. All right, so we're almost at 78% retracement here. Milad, it's up to you where you want to enter. We definitely had one person mention that they wanted 480, and so they got in at 480. 480 is where I wanted things to trade to, as satisfying the retracement and sweeping liquidity. Now that that's been done, now I need a breaker to be set up and to be formed. So that's going to take a few candles to do and some range. So it's going to have to trade higher in order to form that breaker. So entering down here is a little aggressive for my style of entry, but there are others who do like entries down here, and so they are taking them. But it really depends on you and your style. So, yeah, 492. Okay. Yeah, on the lower time frame so far, we have gotten a rejection from 492. So if you did take that entry, then you're so far in the green. Let me put this back on the 5 so we can get a few more candles in here. See how price is really behaving now. We're now getting close to 11:30. Still got another half hour. See if we get a rejection at 500. Sorry about that. I was getting a little excited. Bearish. uh, yep, yep. Yeah, so you have a 5-minute BISI. It came down and touched consequent encroachment, the 50% mark there. They also had a dip into in between 70.8 and 78%. So that's the OTE. Yeah. Even, let me see. What else was I looking at? Even if we take a look at the 15-minute or the hourly, right? All right. So we had a swing high right here. This swing high, these 3 candles. A big bullish movement above, which took out this high. And then you want to see price trade back down to it. So we needed to trade back down to 845. So all of those things happen. And even if I go down to the 15-minute, right? So it's the same point, and we traded back down to 485. So there was a bunch of confluences there. They gave an indication that we were moving in the right direction for price, and we had the right setup. So now I'm just waiting for a breaker to form. That's where I am. But people who took the aggressive entry down low, that was the reason for it. They were in the optimal trade entry here. There was a 5-minute fair value gap, and price had traded below 485, thus mitigating the price range and balancing price. So here you go. Yeah. Yep. So if you hold it for over 30 days, yeah, they'll charge you a fee to continue. So what you want to do is you want to pass within the first 30 days, or if you don't pass and you don't want to continue, then just cancel. ES is leading. Okay. Let's get rid of this. Just try to clean up our screen just a little bit. Yeah. Yeah. So if you get, I mean, you want to do it before 30 days. So maybe day 28 or 9. If you don't pass and you don't feel like you're going to pass and you don't want to renew, then yeah, go ahead and cancel it and then you won't get charged. Likewise, if you fail your challenge and you do want to continue, and you're getting close to your renewal, the monthly renewal, just wait until the monthly renewal. And when you pay the monthly renewal, it'll automatically um, reset your account for you. Yeah, you're right, Ray. This is looking like what we were hoping for. But you're right. Patience does pay. It just takes a while. Takes some discipline. Yeah. Ray, were you in a position down here at 840, between somewhere between 840 and 845? Okay, so we've already taken that swing high. Let's see if we get a retracement now for extra entry if someone's looking for it. And following swing high would be here. Sniper with the sniper entry. Oh, okay. Got it, Ray. 49. Got it. Okay. Sweet. It's really up to you. I've been burned a lot recently during this first retracement back down. And it also depends on where your entry was. Like you can see where my entry was. Usually my entry is at the top of the breaker. So when I go to break even and it trades back down another time to the breaker, I end up getting stopped out. But you can see that there are some members who took entries this low. In this case, right, they've been at break even because you don't expect it to trade below the breaker here. Um, in my case, I would like to see it get above here. So probably have a retracement back to the breaker and then have it break 531. And then I'd be looking to go to break even there. Still aware that price might want to trade back down to 494. So I'm going to leave my limit order there just in case it does. Um, and so that's another reason for me not moving my stop loss just yet. No problem, sequencer. Anytime. Just if you have questions, just throw it in the chat. JDK. Do I believe market makers are a real thing? Yeah. I mean, I know there is definitely an algorithm. I believe in the algorithm making price. But yeah, I believe that there are market makers that manipulate the algorithm. Absolutely. Okay, we're getting close. It's macro time once again. Orange first at 12:15. That's right. I believe we have Mester speaking at 12:15. Oh, the one up here, Queen. Yeah. Time frame. Here we go. Relative equal highs right here at 5:31. That was that area I had marked up on the 5-minute as a swing high. On the 1-minute, it's several candles made up that swing high. Following, we have, since we're on a lower time frame, another swing high at 550. And ultimately, we have 568. Yeah, let's take a peek and see what we do have coming up. So here, 12:15. Oh, Barkin is speaking. Okay, let's see what he's doing. At the economic outlook at the Home Building Association of Richmond. Audience questions expected. All right, that's great. So he's at 12:15, and then at 2 o'clock, we have Mester speaking at the economic outlook at the virtual executive briefing hosted by the Global Interdependence Center. Audience questions expected. All right. Oh, it's a lady, Loretta Mester, Federal Reserve Bank of Cleveland president. All right, so that's what we have. We have two orange folders, FOMC members speaking at different forums. And every time one of them steps to the podium, uh, market makers like to manipulate the market. And we're happy that they do because we anticipate that manipulation and we look for entries. All right, everyone, especially new people, but returning as well. If you're enjoying the stream this morning, hit the thumbs up, please. That helps you to understand if you're enjoying the content or not, and they'll start recommending it to others as they did to you. On the 1 minute, put in a new high. Let's see if it continues to do that. Sweep in 18,531. And 550. Oh, sniper. Okay, got it. Yeah, sniper, but you were in down here, man. That's a sweet trade you got. 70 points. And but to your credit, you did tell us in advance that you were getting in there. All right, getting close. Turtle Master ICT. Mid entry at 503. All right, so we did break the 531 level. All right, so we might see a retracement here. Lionel, thank you. Appreciate it. I'm glad you're enjoying the stream. Let's go. See what happens. Exactly. You're right on that one, Ray. Absolutely. I was hoping to get 2 contracts because really what I wanted was the retracement down to this level. It's because of this leg. It likes to trade down to consequent encroachment. So I wanted to enter there. But since I had confirmation that the breaker had formed and we were inside, I said, okay, I'll take an entry here. If it takes off, at least I'm in. If it retraces back down, then I'll have an average entry of 500. I'll take that too. And that was kind of my reasoning for that and why we still have the buy limit order open. But I was hoping to really have 2 contracts on this trade. Did it later. Okay, out with a decent profit. All right. All right, Sing. Good job. Oh, thanks, Ray. All right, still pushing. Nobody wants that type of retracement now. Not at all. So yeah, I'm probably going to dump that buy limit and at least get to break even. And if my trade doesn't work out for me, that's fine. If I get to break even, that means it came back, and then I can look for a re-entry somewhere. But Fellow traders, this is the conclusion of our morning session. We run until 12 o'clock. So thank you for being here. Thank you for your participation in the chat and helping out other traders. And we're going to take an hour break. We'll be back at 1300. The invitation is already out. So if you're subscribed, you'll get that. You'll also get a reminder once that we do go live at 1300. So hopefully I'll see you back in an hour. On your way out, make sure you hit the thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't and you want to. We'd love to have you as part of our group. And that's it. That'll do it for the morning. I'll see you at 1300. Take care, everyone.